Welcome everyone again to the JR&Skipps podcast, where we give you weekly banter, touch on our usual sports roundup from the Premier League and what's going on in the entertainment scene. I'm your host with the most, MC Sauce, aka JR, with my boy Skipps, and today we have a special guest, Mr. Franchy. What do you do?
But it do, my brothers, man. Franchy still ain't nothing changed. I'm with the boys today. Go way back over a decade. Happy to be here. Getting how it is, man. Franchy never changed, man. Let's go.
Yeah, thanks, Franchy, for hopping on the JR&Skipps podcast today. It's a pleasure to have you on the show. So for today, we're going to cover a couple topics, always as we start on the sports section. So let's take a deep dive into the Arsenal-Newcastle game. So it just got a banger, top bins, nice set-piece routine. What do you guys think about the goal? JR, what are you saying?
To be honest, that's the kind of thing you need from, your star player when your backs is against the wall, right? In the first half, silence the nerves with a very cracking goal. So kudos to Izzy for doing that. And the moment that goal went in, Arsenal were a little bit more confident with their play and they took the initiative from there. Although I do think the performance was not something to write home about overall, but we are at the business end of the season, so what we just need right now is results, right? Just get your numbers on the point and just achieve your objective. So big ups Arsenal for the win against Newcastle, especially given the ramblings like they were about to totally bottle it. So yeah.
Absolutely. I think I can agree with that. But honestly, in terms of the performance, after the 1-0 goal by Eze, we sort of went back into our shell and we did not create enough chances to actually kill the game off. There was one chance, though, close to the end of the game where Gyokores had an opportunity, play pass with, I think he had Saka and Martinelli on the counter, and our striker couldn't just lay the pass. Franch, what are you saying? Do you think Gyokores is good enough to fire us to the league, or are we going to miss Havertz in the short term?
On Gyokores, I think he needs to unleash those teams. Because, bro, Steve, what he's saying, that's an easy pass. Like, I don't believe that guy. We wasted money. We need to go again. I'm just being real. I've seen him on Gunner games.
Real?
Yeah. Hype him up and stuff.
So you're not buying it then? That's what it sounds like.
Nah. He ain't the one, man. You know when you see a striker and you know he's the one. But lately, speaking of strikers, man, you know what Suarez had in his locker? Like, he look at you, kill you. It's not about putting the ball in the net. He's putting it in style. You have little of those strikers in today's football. Maybe Alvarez can pop it up, but we'll see in the semi-finals. But Gyökeres, I don't think he's going in for us. I support him. I'm a fan, but like,
We're not good enough, eh?
Not good enough.
But okay, let me pose an open question to my Arsenal fans right here, because I saw a piece of play in the game, I think in the 70-something minutes, where Gyökeres was in space and Odegaard had the chance to play him in, but he decided to recycle the ball and go to Zubimendi.
I saw that.
It's been a big, Arsenal fans have been going in and, I wanted to go in on Odegaard and I started thinking more about it. Like, is this a collective behavior in the sense the manager has instilled playing it safe, especially when you're about to get the results, than to be chaotic and, you could either go both ways, you could get more goals or you could get hit on the counter and, drop points. So, like, I think the question I'm trying to say is that I don't think maybe Arsenal are struggling, maybe because certain players are not firing. I think one, it has to do with nerves, and two, the overall direction from the manager is, I think, is safety before being explosive. So I don't think a player like Gyökeres, this is perfect environment for him to thrive. I think he thrives on chaos ball. Like, everything has to be played at a certain pace. You give him more opportunities against the defenders. I think if he has like 5 or 4 1v1s in the game, he's someone that could convert 2 to 3 easily. I mean, we saw it with Sweden. He's one of those rugged strikers, right? He doesn't have to be clean with him. He knows how to just put the ball in the back of the net. I feel Arsenal fans are a bit harsh on him. Everyone felt like once he comes in, he's probably going to just hit the ground running and just keep banging goals. But me, I think...
I'll tell you what, bro. I think he'll bang at Chelsea. That's why they play chaos ball.
True.
I don't think he'll bang anywhere, bro. Based on how the Premier League is. Bro, I'm going to be honest, man, because the pass you guys are talking about, the one where Odegaard had an option, he was open. So there are two ways to look at this here. It's one thing to talk about Arteta's style of play, sort of limiting the players in terms of their ability to take the safe pass or try to take a risk. how about we look at it this way? What if the players don't even trust him in the sense that they think if they give him the ball, he's going to lose possession and he's just going to cycle back to us having
But
to defend?
that's not on Odegaard to decide, right? The moment Gyokores wears the number 9, Odegaard has to keep trusting him. Even if he misses 5 to 6 chances, it's not in Odegaard's position to say, "Oh, I don't think my
Like, we
striker is going to
trusted
score.
Yaya
I rather
Sanogo.
recycle to
What
my
are you
DM."
talking about, bro?
Makes
We
no sense,
trusted
fam.
Yaya
I remember
Well,
when
Sanogo one
Sesko
it
wasn't
raises
time.
the
firing.
question though.
When Sesko
Yeah.
wasn't firing, Bruno didn't stop passing to him. You could pass to him, he misses the chance, and you get upset at him. But even when Højlund, as much as United fans like to clown him, when he was firing blanks, at a certain point, Bruno kept passing to him. Like your creative midfielders have to feed your strikers. It doesn't make sense to say your creative midfielders don't trust your striker to put away chances. Then so they rather recycle the ball. I don't know. I'm just saying I don't buy that shit, bro. Like Odegaard,
Let's call it
please
Yeah,
do
spade a
you
your
know,
spade.
job.
I'm with
it's
you. Let's call it spade a
Yeah.
spade.
yeah.
Odegaard's been ass cheeks, bro. Oh
Like, bro,
gosh,
do your
so
job. You're the creative
embarrassing.
I have to
midfielder.
say that
Praise.
I have to agree with
It's
that,
so
Franch, man.
embarrassing.
Just
Call it spade a
he's
spade.
been
Like
subpar throughout this season. I think the last
since
game he sort
22,
of
23 season, like he's been dead since then. He's been dead. Yeah, and that's our
But,
captain.
okay.
but
You know what I mean?
this leads into the overall point I was saying about the conservative style of play from the manager. I remember Odegaard in Madrid. He's a wonder kid for a reason. He's explosive. He tries things out. But this all of a sudden he's come to Arsenal and he
Do
has
you
had
remember
to
Xavi Simons
develop
at
his.
PSG? He was a wonder kid too. Stop all that, my bro.
No. Please, let's be serious. Javi Simons is nowhere to being a wonder kid. Odegaard was signed at the age of 16, 17 from the Norwegian league, and it's not because of the other
All the way to
megastars
Madrid for that matter.
at Madrid, right? He would have broken in it. So, please, Javi Simons, please, let's be serious. But I'm just saying, Odegaard, I think he has prioritized his line-breaking passes for possession keeping, and I think that is an overall instruction from the manager. I think if Odegaard had come to a team like United where there's not a lot of structure, I still think you will see him play those killer passes more often. I don't think he will be more concerned with protecting and not
He
trying to lose
tries them,
football.
but he shit at them. Stop it, man.
Okay,
He
fair
tries
enough.
Nah,
them.
he barely tries them recently,
He
fam.
tries
He
them. He's
barely
playing
tries
all
them.
them funny loop balls that get to nobody.
Oh, those loop balls have been trash lately,
Oh
though.
my
They've been super
God.
trash. He tried a couple in the
You
last game,
think
and
like,
he couldn't find anyone.
my guy, imagine you being at the stadium, like pass the ball. I went to see the United game. There was this ball Odegaard had. I thought I was dreaming at the stadium because I was on the blue buzz and I was like, he just walked around to the other side and laid it off. I'm like, bro. Then Bruno is there, just pinging passes.
Pinging passes, man.
And we fans, we tried it now. Don't lie, we tried it. We tried to compare Odegaard and Bruno. Come on, man.
Bro, we had that conversation
No,
a couple
I
weeks
told
back,
Skipps.
man.
I remember the last time I
We
was at
touched on
Skipps
it
place.
already.
Skipps chose Odegaard.
Let's just. I'm here for the first time. I'm just gonna apologize to all the United fans.
Yeah.
Like, nah, shouldn't have.
Bro,
man.
I already did,
Shouldn't have.
man.
It's
No,
okay.
bro, you have
Shouldn't
to.
have.
We need new
Because we had
haters.
the same conversation, yeah, and I was on the Odegaard is better than Bruno. But
No,
from
we
what
need
we've
to-
seen let's say in the last 2 years, man, you just have to lock up, bro.
Yeah,
Bruno is
the
on
reason
another
why I like
stratosphere,
Bruno
and
is like
he's just not
regardless
up to
of
that.
whatever the team is going through, he understands
He
his role.
delivers, bro.
He understands his role in the team, which is to create chances.
As a maestro.
Yeah, you can try to incorporate whatever your manager is telling you about playing in this way or that way, but in your DNA, if you're an attacking midfielder, your role is to create chances.
You have
Whenever
to
you see
take
it,
charge.
Absolutely.
you have to take
You have to
chances.
take
Like
charge.
if you're more worried about other things, then it's not in you, right? And I think that's why, regardless of where United have been over the past 4-5 years, if you look at Bruno's numbers, it's consistent because he keeps doing the same thing. Whether the team is stable, whether the
Whether
team
the
is
striker
unstable,
is shit, whether a whole on
whether the striker
running,
is cheap, whether the striker is
whether
not
it's
good, he
Garnacho
just
He
goes
through
maintains
on-
his performance levels.
He's
And, you know,
just
even during
passing
the
ball.
Amorim tenure, yeah, there was one person that made sure you guys were still able to accumulate points, get some goals, and that was Bruno.
Bruno
And the
kept
minute he
trying.
brought in Carrick, the performance levels went up because he got moved back from, I think Amorim was playing him as an 8, put him back in the 10. And bro, man just went back to normal Bruno level and has been dropping goals and assists every other game. So props to Bruno. And speaking about Bruno though, you know, let's touch on quickly on the Man U versus Brentford game. So Man U edging closer to the Champions League for the first time in 3 years.
Hey, let's go. The champions.
Yeah, right. So still speaking on Bruno though, 19th assist against Brentford. You know, he's about to break or let's say match the Premier League assist record. I think it's 20 by Thierry Henry and who's the other person?
Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah,
KDB.
and KDB. So
yeah.
What do you guys think? Do you think Bruno is going to be matching the record, setting a new maybe 22, 23 assists? As the man you find in the mix, I'm going to throw it to JR. So what are you saying in terms of the assist record?
First things first, I would like him to break the record because as a player in the Premier League, it sucks that a player of his caliber is probably never going to play for a title-winning team, and his legacy is probably not going to be secure due to winning trophies in the league. It's probably going to be like another Steven Gerrard. So this record is something that if he matches it, his name gets etched in history, and understand people could look back and know that there was a player like Bruno Fernandes, because I think he deserves that type of legacy in the Premier League. Even though him matching it doesn't mean he was a better creator in the Premier League than either KDB or Henry. Those two players have their legacies being supported by playing for title-winning teams. So I think Bruno having the assist record is something he deserves as a player, because if you can't get trophies, I mean, you need to write your name in the history books in one way or the other. So I don't want to jinx it. Right now, my gut is telling me he's probably going to match it. I don't think he's going to break it, but yeah, let's see.
Yeah, personally, I think he's going to break it because you guys have 4 more games to go. Bruno is definitely dropping at least 2 assists in those 4 games. So
Fair
I
enough.
think he's going to break that record. Sort of seeing Casemiro having what I'll call a purple patch. This is supposed to be his final season in Manchester United, but he's been popping in at the right times with proper
Yep.
goals. But I did see it was a Casemiro goal as well as a Benjamin
Yeah,
Sesko goal.
it's his
So
ninth
throwing
Premier
this
League,
to
goal of the season. Yep.
impressive, man, in your final season. I'm going to
Yep.
throw this to Franchy. Yeah.
Mhm.
So what are you saying? What's your opinion on Casemiro's performance in the last end of the season? And do you think he deserves another contract, or he should just go out on a high?
Deserve Kinney. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Man,
Man's not
everybody,
having it. Oh.
everybody know Kashi. Kashi is a selfless, world-class DM. And, he has the titles to his name. He came to Man U when things were shaky, change of, managers, signing players, trash guys like Garnacho. But yeah, but Kashi, you have to give him his respect, man. Like going out,
Yeah.
I think on a high. I think he's giving his time to Manu. I think Manu too are also in a good position to be placed because the coming Champions League next season. Obviously, Chelsea's not catching up. But Casemiro, nah, that's a boss right there. Like I respect his contribution to Manchester United. Even if Casemiro is gonna leave, like he's gonna leave on a high. I don't think he's signing a new contract. Man, you should be looking to get someone in like maybe a Baleba. I think they wanted him before. Or, someone steady like this guy, Anderson. Or,
Anderson, yeah.
Elliot
yeah,
Anderson. Yeah.
Eddie Anderson. Like, cause,
Bola.
I think, you know what Amorim tried to do with the funny football, like, just put Bruno where he belongs. You get, don't play Bruno
Square
playing in
pegs in
front of
round
the
holes,
back
man.
four. Do you get me?
No.
Let Bruno breathe. Bruno creates when he
Let
breathes.
Bruno be
So
Bruno.
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
so Kashi and Mino, they've done a good job. Carrick has been fantastic. Like, when Man U made the appointment, I was kind of scared because I'm a hater. I went like, oh shit, like, we're getting rid of this Montclair, Turkish kebab selling guy. I love Damorin in Man U, man. He gave me a lot of joy. I miss him. But yeah. For real, Casemiro's a legend, man. He's back in the whole talk. Like he's the man for Man U, and he's really been very pivotal in the chat for Champions League places, and that's why they're in third place today.
Absolutely, man. I have to completely agree with that. Stepping up at the right time. That's how you know what a big player is, because big players step up in big moments. And so still on Manchester United though, let's quickly touch upon Benjamin Sesko. So during the transfer window, it was about the Arsenal Man U going for the same 2 strikers, Victor Gyokores and Benjamin Sesko. Eventually, Arsenal got Victor Gyokores, Man U got Benjamin Sesko. Do you guys think that was a good signing in terms of both clubs getting the players they wanted, or do you think Victor Gyökeres would have been a better fit for Manchester United, especially considering the fact that his former coach Ruben Amorim was a Manchester United manager before he got sacked? So JR, what do you think in this opinion? Do you think you guys got the better of the 2 strikers?
Better in this term is relative, right? In the sense that I think both teams play to to the two of them's strengths separately, in the sense that, to your point, I think if Gyokores had come to Manchester United, I don't think people will be so harsh in their judgment of him, because they will understand that he's just coming to a team that's not pretty much stable, and the type of football we play will let him be untidy in certain parts of the build-up. As long as he edges us closer to probably getting the goal, or is being a nuisance in the opposition box. Whilst with Sesko looks like a timid but very technical, refined striker who I think probably will have thrived more at Arsenal, because the structure is already there. There's a lot more technicality and uniformity in the build-up style that Arsenal play with. So yeah, I don't know who's the better striker for now. Let's go score his 10th Premier League goal of the season. So I would deem him to be like a decent first season in the Premier League for a 22-year-old striker. Let's take away the cost. You're coming into the league, and in your first year, you're churning in 10 league goals. It's a decent return. I think Gyokores has also broken the 10 Premier League goal mark as well, which is
couple
why I
weeks
say
back. Yeah.
I feel like Arsenal fans are a bit harsh on him, but I understand the expectations when they got him, right? But I think maybe both teams will have done better with the opposite strikers going the other way, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I think I have to agree with that. I think Sesko would have been a better fit for Arsenal in terms of how we play. And Arteta has a way of trying to deliver so many crosses. So maybe Sesko would have just been a fantastic fit in terms of our cross and our style of football, our methodical style of play. So let's take it to the Liverpool and Crystal Palace game. So Liverpool won 3-1. First goal from Alexander Isak, followed by a Robertson goal, and Florian Wirtz scored like the last goal of the game. But what I want to touch on though was the free goal from Daniel Munoz. So there was a collision with the Liverpool goalkeeper. So he spent unnecessary amount of time on the ground, and while everyone was sort of waiting for the referee to blow a whistle, Munoz saw an open net, chipped the ball in the back of the net. Franch, if Manchester City scored that sort of goal and that sort of let them have an additional goal difference in terms of the title decider, and then they win the title by 1 goal, would you accept that, or would you think that would be robbed?
Well, you know me, I live in a world of reality, man. Why you acting like we haven't seen free goals in Arsenal? Like, see the keeper in the net and the ball in the net. Man,
I'm
you
telling
take it
you,
Always,
like
man. It's like an Arsenal
you
thing, bro.
take it like, and the thing about the Liverpool and Crystal Palace thing was no
Bro.
one touched the keeper. Like, it wasn't a head injury.
really?
Man, I put the ball
Yeah,
in
it wasn't a head
too.
injury. Yeah.
I put the ball into. Why are you booing me? Like, I didn't hurt your keeper. I'm trying to score. Like, what am I supposed to do? Pick up the ball in my hand and hug him. Like, yeah, nice save. I put the ball in the net. Like, I put the ball in the net. What? See,
Real
okay,
quick.
I know
I'm telling
fans will
you.
be mad and angry, but see, any fan, put yourself in the Palace player shoes. I'm trying to chase the game at Anfield. So what should I do? I put in the net again and again, bro. But yeah, justice was
It's
served.
one
Like,
of those
Rich
goals,
scored a banger. So yeah, at least Liverpool fans they didn't cry that much on the TL, them guys. So yeah,
Yeah.
thank God Rich scored. And yeah, he picked up he picked up a little form after the whole 007 thing. So kudos to Paul. I see them clinching, I think, the 4th spot, like just behind Manchester United, because no one's taking that from Man U. They're taking 3rd. Maybe Villa. But you know Emery though, like we've experienced Emery, and like
No
imagine,
surprises, bruv. No surprises.
he might go to the Europa League even with 5 slots. He's that crap. Emery, he's that crap. I remember when guys told us in November like Emery was bad and Arteta. I laughed. I'm like, no one can put me
we
through.
haven't experienced Emery, man.
No,
Oh my
I experienced
God.
Emery, man. If he's Everton, it will be good. Aston Villa, that's his level, but you're trying to go
Absolutely.
top tier. Nah. You should stick to that bottom tier, 6 guys like Spurs and shit.
I have to agree with that French man. You know, as an Arsenal fan, we've had the Emery tonic, and we both know it was trash, and he's not something we ever want to experience again. So when I heard all those talk about Emery being better than Arteta, I'm like, you can only have an opinion about something when you actually experience it.
Exactly.
And I'm not here to say Arteta is a fantastic manager. JR knows I have so many concerns with Arteta, but at the end of the day, he's got us to 2 Champions League semi-finals in a row. are competing for the title on the third time in 4 seasons, even though my bottled it 3 times out of the 4. But it's fair to say he's got us
Yeah, he has
competing at the
raised the
top
standards
level.
for sure, for sure, for sure.
Exactly. So still on the Liverpool versus Palace though, Alexander Isak gets his first goal since the injury. Do you guys think he's just been unlucky this season, and maybe next year will be his opportunity to sort of stake his claim as a red superstar, or is it going to be a recovery season next season? I'm going to throw this to you, JR. What do you think about Alexander Isak?
Exactly. He has been extremely unlucky. First things first, the way he left Newcastle, he didn't give himself the chance to have like a proper preseason because he was having his role with the club. He eventually left and came to Liverpool, which was understandable that he was a bit rusty at the beginning of his tenure. Then he had that very nasty injury. So all in all, I think he's been unlucky in his first season, but there's still a player in there, of course. He's a Premier League proven gunman. So, and I think if Liverpool returns to a little bit of stability, if Slot leaves or he stays, or they add more pieces, now that Salah is probably going to leave, I think it affords Slot like more control over who he selects in the front line. He doesn't have to fit everybody around Salah anymore. So I think next season, if he has a proper preseason, we'll probably show why Liverpool were willing to spend that amount of money on him. He's just been unlucky prior to that too.
Okay, good points. But honestly, I hope he flops again next season.
Oh, for
So,
sure. I'm just being PC. Like, I hope he flops
okay.
was
But you know
without the
something,
injury
yeah?
this
Did you
time.
notice something, JR? You notice
Yep.
that Isak, he's been injured, yeah, but his waves were still fresh. He did keep his waves like during the game. I been wearing Durac, chilling, chopping that bread. Oh, I be Isak. Oh, I swap trade places with that guy. Cool,
I was
fine.
talking about the waves, man.
Man, as in mouth,
What do you
waves.
want
Like
him
I'm
to
like,
do? He has to chill now, my
say
G.
Isak,
Gotta
no,
chill,
Isak stay
man.
fresh.
Earning over
He's injured. Like, what
300,000 bucks per
can he do
week.
at this point?
One
Just chill
fifty
Gotta
out
million,
and
turn
man.
that
mind
How
to
his
the
much they
way.
pay
waves.
for him?
I swear.
Man, those waves are nice, man. Isak, keep it up, man. That was a nice goal too. So you just had to.
Okay. Yeah, so let's wrap up our sports section by having a quick look at Spurs. So, Spurs record their first win in 2026. What a time, getting your first win in the fourth month of 2026. How
Got
trashy
him.
can you be? And then to even get the first win, you have to get it against Wolves, who are already relegated. But the most interesting part of it is Spurs finally win, but then West Ham also win, which I kind of found interesting because I think West Ham played Everton, and I expected Everton to either get a draw there or still a win. But we did touch on this a couple weeks back, JR, where I talked about West Ham are sort of showing the fight to stay in the Premier League and putting in better performance levels compared to Spurs. So I think it's good for us in the sense that the relegation battle is ongoing and it might go all the way to the end of the season because we have two teams that are definitely in the fight. One game could make a difference. You win one game, you're either safe or you could if West Ham loses and Spurs win, it's a 1 point difference. So I'm gonna send this to you, Franch. Obviously, as an Arsenal fan, I guess you can't wait to see Spurs finally knocked out from the Premier League. Or are you tipping them to survive? What are you saying?
Bro, man, as sad as it is, man, Spurs are gone. It's your first win in 2026. We won't miss these guys, man.
Man,
They're
bro.
gone. I watch their games now, like with pain. Them guys, like when Son missed that 1-on-1 against City, that title race
Bro,
into.
touch.
So I'm here
This
on
is
Spurs,
payback.
like I'm here on Spurs fans. I watch them go down. Seven Sisters will now be home to the EFL. They will have guys like
Wow.
Stoke City coming. Spurs is
Wow.
dead. All them Beyonce concert tickets ain't cutting nothing for them. Chavi Simmons is out for the season. Like everyone's
Yeah.
dying at Spurs. Like
Ruptured his
imagine,
ACL.
imagine
Yeah.
you have 4 games to go and your hope lies on Paulina and Richarlison and Kingsley in goal.
Bro.
Wow. It's
That's why I
crazy.
don't
This
have
is for a
hope,
team
man.
that won the Europa League Cup
Because
just
it was
last
your
season.
fault they won that League Cup. Like it was your
Bro.
fault. Don't even act like you guys
Y'all
are
gave
so.
them the bragging rights that they've
Yo,
always wanted.
more
Bro, you
reasons why,
guys, I'm
we
forgiving you
need to
guys.
exercise
Like,
Manchester United because we're being led by a Satanist. I keep saying this. Ruben
as
Amorim and his
in,
gang of
just let them
demons
guys
at
win, innit?
United.
It was
Oh my
annoying.
God.
Then,
Please don't get me
they
into
now
that.
stopped Aston Villa from going to the Champions League. As in, you guys are very,
Right.
very sad. Boogeyman Manu.
I'm
but
telling.
on the sports topic,
Yeah, go
yeah,
ahead. Yeah.
sports deserve to go down. Their signings have been terrible. They tried to sign a couple of our targets in Eze, ended up with Chavi Simons,
Kolomwa.
Kolomwani, man. You see what that guy did? That guy single-handedly gave Messi a World Cup. Why? What's that guy they signed from Bayern? That guy that
That's
was supposed
Spurs,
to be
man.
the
That's
ball
exactly
boy,
what Spurs
Matthias
does,
Tell or
Spursy.
something like. Man, you dodged the bullet, right? I think man, you went in for that guy or something.
Were
Yeah.
they?
Actually, he was the one that said he didn't want to come to United, so he
Yeah,
thought
he was
he
big
was
in his
dodging the
mouth now.
bullets, but
Yeah.
he was the actual bullets. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's going down. I'll be there at Seven Sisters drinking beer when they go down. They are mad.
Okay. And we've touched on most of the important games. I don't think the other games are really worth discussing apart from Emery being Emery and bottling important games at the end of the season.
Man,
But it's fair to
that's an
say,
insult to Chelsea fans, man.
No, they played in the FA Cup, right? They were not
Yeah, we
active in
can
the
still
Premier
yeah,
talk
League.
they
about
didn't they
it.
didn't play. So
Oh, they
Yeah,
didn't
so we
play.
could
Oh,
talk about
yeah,
the
fair,
FA
fair.
Cup as well, right? Man City and Chelsea FA Cup final.
yeah, that's a good point you raised,
Yeah, Man
JR, because
City.
Man
Yeah.
City beat Southampton. And speaking about that game though, Southampton were actually leading. I think they scored in the 82nd minute or so. And this is the
79th
difference
minute.
between 79. Yeah, thanks for the correction. So this is the difference between champions quality and world beaters, man. You consider in the 79th minutes, 3 minutes later, you put one in the back of the net, 1-1. In a couple of that minutes, put another one. I don't understand that Gonzalez goal was a banger. So that like 2-1, get out into the final. But in terms of the Chelsea Leeds game, I didn't actually see Fernandes go, but I understand he's the one that pushed them into the final. So to wrap up the sports section though, what are you guys saying? Who are you tipping to lift the FA Cup by the end of the season? Is it Manchester City? Is it Chelsea? JR, what do you think?
As much as I don't want City to grab another trophy, and I'm tempted to say Chelsea, my gut is saying City, but the magic of the FA Cup in my head is saying Chelsea, so I will go for Chelsea. I think Chelsea
That
win.
would suck, man, bro. What about you, French? What do you think?
Man, it's looking City, because Chelsea, man.
Looking City.
If you look at Chelsea, like, everyone's beating them. Like we beat them like how many times? Man, you beat them. You saw how City beat them like the other week. It was 3-0.
True.
Yeah, but the thing about Chelsea is they can be trash all season, but for whatever reason, they have a way of finding their way into a trophy.
Right? And it's the
They just
final,
have
right?
that
Yeah.
knack of
Yeah.
squeezing a trophy to be able to, have banter for the next season. They won the World Cup championship despite being not even one of the best teams in the league. Yes, they were the best team in the Conference League, and they probably shouldn't be competing in that.
But on a fair
Yeah.
note, you have a point. On a fair note, like
Yeah.
I think Chelsea should win the FA Cup because I don't know.
I won't be
Next season
surprised, man.
it'll be too quiet if they don't win nothing. And I like that noise a little bit.
They need to have something to say, yeah.
So I tip them for the FA Cup. Chelsea for the FA Cup. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, so for the sake of banter, we're tipping Chelsea for the FA Cup,
FA
even though
Cup.
we want them to win nothing. So let's see how that turns out. It's only one more game, and it's 50-50 in the final. So I think this has been a good day in terms of our sports section. We've touched on a couple topics: the Arsenal Newcastle game, the Man U Brentford game, Liverpool Palace, Spurs recording their first win in 2026, Xavi Simons out on an ACL, Man City, Chelsea in the FA Cup final. So I think we have 4 more games to go in the season. So once again, thanks everyone for joining the JR&Skipps podcast. Thank you, Franchy the Cool Kid, for joining our session today, and we look forward to having you on other podcast recordings. It's been fun having some spice and flavor, dropping additional banter to the podcast recording today.
Sure.
To the viewers and subscribers, please don't forget to click the subscribe button, and please follow us on our social media platforms. It's JR_Skipps on TikTok as well as on Twitter, and JR_Skipps_podcast on Instagram. And please reach out to our YouTube channel where you can watch the full clip of our recordings, including the sports and the entertainment music section. So it's been a fun conversation. Tap in.